Yo, what's up, Welcome back to another episode of the Disruption Podcast. Episode 184. We are your hosts. I'm Noah the Baghdaddy.
It's Chief Olasoji in the building, baby.
It's your girl, Moeezy.
It's the Prince. What's happening?
And today we're joined by a special guest. This has been an episode. We've been thinking about this one for a while.
Long time.
I don't know
Yes,
why.
It has been.
Whose fault is it? Who can we blame?
I
Is
think
it us?
COVID, maybe.
Okay, we'll
even.
blame COVID. I was
Always
like,
blame
COVID. Yeah, it's COVID.
Just
yeah.
blame COVID.
Nah, but who's with us today? We got.
It's your boy, Matthew Craig.
Now we're gonna say how we say it now,
Yes,
bro.
how we say it.
So amongst ourselves, anytime we see your name pop up, or even when we saw you at a panel, you were speaking at a panel.
I'll
at the
explain
start
how
of
it came
the year. You want to say it? All right.
Okay. You know when you have like one of those days where it's just been a long day and you're tired, but you have like something to attend, right? And so you're not fully switched on when you're there. And you're like, I'm either going to fall asleep, not because this is not good, but just because I'm tired, or I'm going to have to make the most fun of this situation that I can. So we went to a panel talk at the end of last year, and Matthew was speaking there. And I was exhausted.
He was
I was like,
out of it,
I can't
bro.
fall asleep though, right?
Yeah.
So I just started going, Matthew Craig. Bro, now,
And it stuck.
whenever we talk about you, it's
that's
Matthew
how-
Craig.
That's the only way that they say it now.
I
bro.
can't say your like in the chat. I
Bro.
can't say them probably. Like,
With
who, I was like,
capitals, hey, you gotta show him, bro. With
I was like, yo, who we
capitals.
got on today? I'm like, Matthew
Capitals,
Craig.
O's, everything. Matthew Craig.
Bro, we sound like if you need a hype squad, like we got you.
I'm gonna have to put that in the track, and you'll be like,
Nah,
do the
honestly.
BVs in the track.
Put
That's
that in
about
the
like
intro.
early 2000s shit. I'm telling you.
Matthew Craig. Yeah, man, that's the one. But thank you for coming down. A mission for you as well.
Yeah.
And it's been gymnastics trying to set this up.
Yeah.
As usual with the
Literally.
guest.
Yeah, hey, for the people watching the visuals, we actually don't like sitting three at a table. I know we've done it quite a bit
You guys look
recently.
good. You guys look good though.
But
Doing well.
but
Yeah, I
another
think
camera
we're well.
failed on us. So I had to do what we had to do to get this episode out.
Also, this angle, y'all look like siblings, fam. We were looking at it before.
Like Mara feels left out.
Mom is hella left.
Like,
Well,
Like she might have to leave you guys.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
not
what I'm
gonna
saying.
lie. My goodness, man. But how are we doing? How you doing, fam?
I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, yeah.
Blessed to be here. Yeah, it's been a minute.
Yeah.
But been looking forward to it. Been listening
Yeah.
to y'all talk heaps of trash online. And I'm like,
Hey, what's your favorite
can't
episode
wait.
so far? Because you've been dissing us on the most recent one.
damn, man, the ass chicks.
That was too much for a lot of people.
Yeah,
that was too,
Fam,
hey, that
I
was
think it was
too much.
also because it
Yeah?
was the
Even
start
for
of
me.
the episode as well. It was mad. It was
There was
mad.
a line. You looked at the line and you jumped right over that
Right
shit.
over the
You
line.
went the line.
But
Bro,
nah.
what's funny, yeah? Because I think a couple of days ago, I got home. And then my dad just plays YouTube, yeah? And what I realized that my YouTube account is connected to the main TV, right? And then I walked in and I see us talking. And then I look at the catch, who's watching this? And it's my dad, yeah? And they looked at me, was like, this is good.
That's hilarious.
But then I realized, I was like, yeah, it's in that episode, yeah.
This
but
is
it's just on like, he's just like, yeah, hey, I see what you guys
Waited for him
doing.
to go to the kitchen, signed out of the
Bro.
Honest, bro. What happened? Channel.
change,
Yeah, cancel,
update,
cancel.
Bro, I say, I promise it's not my friends. I know who these guys are,
Yeah,
but man,
yeah.
it was good stuff though.
It is indeed a pleasure to have you come down and join us, man. But what else do we have on the agenda today? We've got a bunch of different things to chat about, obviously. You know what I'm saying? Lots been happening in the world for sure. And then we'd love to, get into things that you're up to as well, definitely. But
Real.
yeah, what's been going on though, man?
I think the biggest one is Ed Sheeran, man.
Oh, yeah, we
Oh,
did want
yeah.
to touch on that.
Just like this, yeah.
Do you listen to
Do you know
Ed
what's
Sheeran at all?
Yeah, he broke the record at MCG.
bro.
Yeah, he did.
That
Yeah.
was mad.
Crazy. Like,
Did anyone expect that? or-
Everyone was there.
See, in my mind, when it happens, I'm not surprised. But then the fact that it happened, I'm like, oh snap, that's actually a lot of
Also, the
people.
fact you did it 2 nights in a row.
Yeah.
2 nights in a row. So the first night,
108,000,
108.
110,000.
Yeah, 108,000, 100.
you can't argue, like, he's the biggest. Dude.
He's-
Like,
he's the biggest
then no one
artist.
comes near him. Like,
That's actually
He
I was
was-
only a handful that could sell it out. Like, I
Yeah.
mean, him,
Mm.
Adele.
Adele, definitely. Taylor Swift.
would she sell the MCG?
I don't know if she'd sell them.
Taylor Swift.
I don't know if she sold
MCG
Are you
2 nights in a
serious?
row. I don't know.
Nah.
2 nights
She
in a
could do
row
it
is
5
a
in
bit
a row,
crazy.
guys.
5 in a
Taylor,
row, man.
Taylor
Nah, nah.
Swift.
Whoa, 5 in a row.
What did Harry
People
Styles
are
just sell?
diehards.
Oh, Harry Styles was crazy, but it was
The
definitely
Marvel, or what did he do?
I actually don't remember.
Let's go Marvel.
That being said,
Let's just
Pink
go.
just sold Marvel 4 nights in a row. Like,
Wait,
it's
Pink?
sold out.
Yeah,
They
Pink has
added a
the
fifth.
record of Rod Laver.
Whoa.
19 shows, yeah.
Yeah,
Bro,
straight.
how is this possible?
Straight.
Her Australian fan base is
It's
crazy.
Yeah, the
I
stranglehold
thought Pink was from
had
Australia
on, like,
back in the day. Yeah, on Rage, like, and what's
in
what's
the
those
early
channels?
2000s,
Yeah,
she just owned it.
I
yeah.
know she's good, but this good?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
good?
Like, it's a serious.
You
like
say
cult
19
following.
shows?
19 shows of Rod Laver straight.
That's insane.
That's-
I mean,
it's
there's
mad.
Well,
people
she's
there
doing,
that
you ever
win
seen the footage?
multiple.
She was doing like acrobatic shit.
Yeah,
she had
yeah,
ropes
yeah.
and that. And
Nah,
she's
it's a
full singing.
show.
Oh
It's a
yes,
show.
yes, yes,
She
yes.
does
I
shows
remember
like
that.
legit,
That,
legit.
yes,
This
yes.
is mad.
Goodness
Yeah,
me.
Yeah.
But I was saying, I think I told these guys already. Ed Sheeran is the only guy that can get 18-year-olds and
Like
45-year-olds
male
Yeah.
artist, yeah.
in the same
That's why I was
room,
saying
bro.
Adele's the other one that can, because
Adele,
like
yeah.
70-year-olds enjoy her music.
Yeah.
Still.
I
She's
remember
got the record for the high selling first week album.
Yeah, yeah.
Her return.
Adele, yeah.
Crazy,
Yeah,
3
like
point something
3
million.
point some milli here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just so funny, bro. Because at work, these two ladies, like one of them was like 39, one of them was like 46. If they're watching this, I'm sorry I got your age wrong. But yeah, they're talking about like how to go to Ed Sheeran. I'm so excited. I was there like, okay, this is cool. This is normal. Yeah, for 39, 46. And then a couple of weeks later, like I hear like these people my age. I was like, okay. And then weeks later, it's like this younger.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, Ed Sheeran doing numbers like that, like 18, mid-20s, now at 45. That's
My
impressive.
sisters and my nieces went, so that's like
Yeah.
3 different decades.
Yeah,
of like
yeah,
ages.
yeah.
Almost friend went, and I was like, what is a
So like a family thing, yeah.
50, 60-year-old Iraqi woman doing?
Doing it, Ed Sheeran, man.
But be real, how good is Ed Sheeran?
Nah, he's
Yeah.
great.
Nah, to be honest.
His music comes on, you can't not enjoy
His
it.
music is great
Yeah.
for sure.
No lie,
I was doing the maths. It's out of Victoria, 3% went. 3% of Victoria went to the show.
That's crazy, bro.
That's mental.
Isn't like let me put some like something to put it in perspective. Isn't the percentage of South Sudanese people in,
quiet.
in Victoria like 3% or something?
Nah, not even.
Or is it less?
Surely not. It's like 80,000.
So you're telling me, yeah,
Wow.
this
like,
guy's
which is like what, less than 1%.
so Donny has done like
All of the
1.5 of all the South Sudanese population here in Victoria.
Yeah.
When you put
I want
it
to see
like
the
that,
statistics of like Ed Sheeran versus the COVID numbers.
Yo, like, Donny's
But it's such. It's because like 218,000 people
Yeah.
total. It's
oh, you're saying 3% for the both shows.
For both shows.
Ah,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
gotcha. Yeah.
like it's such a random thing for that big of a chunk of the population to
To be
attend.
doing?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like even voting. I don't know. Do we get 7%?
because I was thinking, I'm like, what else? Like, what event that would allow more than 3% to attend all at once?
True, like a singular event to rock up to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I'm like, okay, I'm sure there's moments in just pop culture and like, okay,
Grand
Australian
final.
Open, Grand,
Oh,
yeah. But
the MCG probably only maybe 2 games a year that would be that big, like
Yeah.
Anzac
Yeah.
Day and
Yeah.
dang, man.
Yeah.
And then
and
now
then the
Ed
cricket
Sheeran.
Boxing Day is the same.
Yeah.
But there's more Ed Sheeran because he's got seats on the ground as well, because you can't use the ground.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that
that's
is
that's
true,
not that
actually.
aspect.
Wow.
These
Don't-
guys have got pull, fam.
Yeah.
This is actually mad for. This is the type of crowd. Would you perform in a crowd like that?
Fuck yeah,
He
bro.
said, yeah.
I'll take those
Why
opportunities.
wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I'm
Actually,
impressed the
why
sound
wouldn't
system
you?
is that good.
Yeah, so
Like, you know when you go somewhere, I don't know where it was, we went. It was such an open space, but the sound quality was just so good. I was like, this is very impressive to me.
I don't know what you're talking about.
That's not impressive to you guys. Like music,
it's-
like his
no.
voice.
It's impressive, bro. I'm trying to remember
his
where it is.
voice, Yeah, I don't know where it was, but his voice, because I saw it like on Instagram. I'm like, this is solid.
Yeah. I mean, bro, if that many people are paying tickets to be at your show,
But you better hear it
and
from
you're,
the
and you're
back.
putting that many, because realistically, like to make a better show quality, he could have done 5 nights at Rod Laver or Amy Park or something. You know what I mean?
yeah.
But it's also probably a touring thing where it's like, yo, I need to get this city done in 2 days.
Yeah, you don't wanna
like I
exhaust
need
yourself.
to move to Auckland next
Yeah,
or whatever.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, find me the biggest stadium in this city because I'm him. So
Ed Sheeran got.
I'm him. That's it. I remember when we were doing like when all these artists were coming to Australia last year and touring like crazy, especially Afrobeats artists. We were on the way to one of the concerts once, and we started trying to do the maths. We're like, you know what? All right, everyone's making hella bread by bringing these artists down. Let's do it ourselves, right? We're like, all right, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go to Combank.
We'll do full mathematics.
Mathematics. Calculator was out.
Right, I got the calculator. I'm
I was-
driving. I said, no. What if you make the tickets 150 instead?
that's the thing. Profit, you work it out, and then you forget cost.
Because I was like, I bet we just go to Combank. Yeah, we just tell them we want a business loan. And give us a loan for like $10 million. Right?
10 million.
Just 10 million. We'll pay for all these things, but then we'll make it all back.
And then just
Sales.
pay off the
Pay
loan.
back.
We'll
We'll pay off the loan within 6 months.
And then we'll take away 150 profit. And we're like, when was the last time you were going to get 150,000 from one event? You know what I'm saying? We're like, all right, let's do this. But
Did the
fact,
video, and then we actually had money for marketing,
we
promotion,
allocated.
the team.
Things were allocated.
Bro, it's
All of this
exactly-
within a 35-minute drive. It's all happening. Then I started looking at the numbers in terms of, the sizes for MCG. I say, yo, this is, I don't think we can get this many people out.
Promoters take a gamble, bro.
Yeah, man.
for
Like
sure.
you have to pay this artist regardless.
Yeah.
And it could just be a city where like like a weekend where the whole city wants to just be
Trying to be
an
homebodies.
asshole, right? And just not come out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Or a pandemic. hits.
Or
Or a pandemic.
Like,
yeah.
Live Nation lost like 94% or something in
Wow.
2020, like 2021. Yeah.
Whoa, 94%.
Yeah.
Bro, the
Like,
fact that they
revenue
didn't come with a
down.
rebrand or something, or like
Yeah.
just a name that they,
Dead Nation,
bro,
bro.
they still
Stagnation.
they stuck through it.
If that
man.
number's not right, Live Nation don't sue me. Bro.
Yeah, it's actually crazy, right? Nah, 3% is some
That's-
hectic
yeah.
numbers, bro.
All right, so based on this, like what he must be making at least. What's the average ticket price you'd say? Like 190?
Damn.
Because you're including the crazy VIP ones,
Yeah, yeah.
Also, you got
all
an
that. Average, let's say 140.
The cheapest
right?
would be like, like 100.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
140
Average
over 218,000 people,
I should have gone.
and let's
shit.
say a
Think about the
quarter.
merch numbers on
yeah,
top of that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this is
that's
just
true.
ticket sales, right?
Yeah.
Let's say a quarter of that is profit. That's 7.6 million from Melbourne alone, 2 shows, right? These guys are making crazy bread.
7.1.
I'm one of the people, I feel like they deserve it.
Yeah.
Some people feel like not so much. There was a whole thing recently with Zendaya, right? Like she got
Oh yeah,
a
we
new
got a chat.
contract
Yeah,
with
yeah, yeah.
the whole
I wanna
Euphoria
chat about
thing,
that.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
and they're gonna pay her $1 million an episode.
Yeah.
I think it's worth it.
Wait, hold on.
Some
hold
people
on.
feel like this is just the kind of money that no one should make that
But-
I
easily.
guess too
But
much.
Euphoria is how many seasons? Is
This
it
So
is-
just
far,
one?
2
this is
seasons
the-
and
this is the
18
third season
episodes.
now.
This is the third season.
Yeah.
I just want to know, but it's only what 2 seasons?
Yeah.
And you're telling me that you're already talking about 1 million an episode after 2 seasons?
How I saw it.
If
Did you watch
see-
Euphoria?
Yeah.
I don't watch it, but like,
Nah,
I'm
nah. You
aware
heard
of
about it, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very
I
popular.
think I'm like the only one here that's probably actually watched that
Yeah,
show. isn't it?
you watch.
Isn't it like a teen thing? Yeah.
Yeah. So look, yeah.
It's a teen, like they're teenagers, the drama, but I think it's actually like
Grown
content.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
Mature
a madness.
audience. for
Okay, no,
sure.
no, 'cause that's-
Yeah.
I wasn't
it's
sure
not
because I'm like,
musical on drugs.
yeah, I wasn't sure because I'm
Nah,
like,
there's a
I
madness.
felt like
going
I'd aged out. You know?
yeah.
So you're saying she deserves? You're saying she
So
deserves?
because Noah's a
about $1 million.
capitalist,
I'm a capitalist.
a
through
strong,
and through.
strong.
bro.
If you work for it, you
Noah's a
deserve it.
strong
Yeah.
capitalist.
Yeah.
Germans, yeah, bro.
That's the thing for me.
Because, bro, the way I look at it is I compare it to other cast members who get $1 million an episode, right? And then I look at Zendaya's situation. I try to compare it to these guys as well. And I'm like, she's not there just yet.
Who's
Aside
someone?
from
Who's
that-
someone you're comparing her to then?
All right. So I know $1 million episode. All right. So the cast members from Friends, yeah, some of them are getting $1 million an episode.
Okay.
That was back in the 90s.
And
Yeah.
exactly. That's early 2000s, late 90s, 94 to 2000.
But that's impressive, the fact that you can even get $1 million back then.
Back then,
That
yeah.
was impressive.
I know, yeah. Like
I'm not
that.
a fan. I just know things. But, like, think about it. That's strictly acting only. Because I'm pretty sure Zendaya is also a director, producer, whatever
Oh,
she
is
is
she?
for this.
Okay. I mean, that changed things a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. But that is, like, a lot of people do say that's crazy, man. I mean, till today, I think the Friends cast make 20 million a year off.
You
royalties.
what?
Yeah.
20 million a year.
Yeah, Friends is different, bro.
Royalties.
See, this is what I was saying because this, I have this mind of thinking when it comes to like athletes and athletes. Damn, what did I just say? Athletes and things like that as well, right?
Yeah.
Where it's like, I get it that they're providing entertainment. So these 60 million a year salary is 50 million a year. Sure, okay, they're providing an entertainment, but I'm like, fam, what do you mean these numbers? Like, these are some serious numbers that we're paying people to kick balls.
Entertain us. That's
but
what
that
they're
bounce
doing.
balls.
The maths makes so much sense.
It
But
makes
them numbers
sense,
ain't
yeah.
shit compared to what
They bring
big
in.
corporations
Oh, yeah.
are doing.
Yeah.
That's
Like
facts.
you want to talk like mining or tech or some shit like that. Like, athletes aren't doing shit. Like they deserve every dollar of that, in my opinion. On that.
But it's not even
So mad.
like forget mining all that. Like compared to the teams that they play for, right? I think
the
Messi
franchises,
over a 5-year period, just his salary from Barcelona was 250 million euros. I think just his salary, right?
Oh my days.
That's not including advertising all that. But he brought into the club like 605 million euros. So he made less than half of what he brought into
Yeah,
the club,
yeah.
right? Jersey sales, ticket sales, blah blah blah. That are all attributed to him. So I'm like, to be honest, if I brought you in 600 million, I better be seeing serious bread.
Facts.
I was just
for
shook
sure.
when I started deep. I'm like, dude, like how much money are we contributing to these things, man? You know what I'm saying? I mean, do you have a membership for Geelong or not?
I haven't renewed it. I will be in the next week. I was actually just looking at it.
Yeah,
I got the email from the club.
There you go, man.
So,
I'm
yeah,
helping you out.
That's like
So, like,
$150, $200 or some shit.
and
like
then let's
that.
say like how many of Geelong supporters there'll be there. That's
Well,
this
they were
type of
just saying. I think they're trying to get 80,000 members. This year.
Wow.
Wait, how does the membership work? So you pay 150 or 200, and
Yeah, and
then
then
you
get
still
access to a certain amount of games. Like you get tickets to those games, and they send you out like some merchandise or some shit like that.
Oh.
might have to sign up to Geelong just for some merch, man. Well, yeah,
But that's how, like, to be honest, sports clubs survive around the world.
100%, yeah.
bro.
Memberships, yeah.
Because I was
for
just,
sure.
are you doing the maths on that now or what?
Yeah,
'Cause I'm
trying to
just-
figure out how much this guy. But remember, even we went to watch football. We went to watch football
the
like
weekend, yeah.
on the weekend,
Yeah.
like a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
Membership was what $400
I
just
lost
to
my
watch,
mind.
just to watch NPL games. And I was like, damn, $400.
I think he definitely said 200, but you heard 400, so I just let it run.
no, he said.
He said 2. I think you heard 4, but I just because it was
okay.
a spicy conversation, I just let you continue
Aight,
believing
aight,
he
good.
said 400,
But
bro.
anyways, yeah, $200 a membership. I don't know, man.
Man,
But fair enough.
bro, because I just like, because when you even look at the sports and then you think about just the level underneath a lot of these professional, so we're talking about like G League and stuff, I'm like, it's immediate drop from NBA to that. He's not getting that type of money, right? But then the skill level is quite comparable. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, no one's really paying attention to those leagues as much as they are to NBA and things like that. So I guess that's what we talk about. There's not as much money in that. But that's a part of NBA still.
But
Know
I
what I'm
wonder
saying?
how much they even keep from that. Because when I'm like when I'm watching all these podcasts and they talk about money and how much they make, they're like, to be honest, you see these numbers, but then when they break it down, you're like, that's how much you walk away with. Like,
Yeah,
only
man.
16
This was for my
million.
this was for my
out of-
AP. This is for my Lamborghini.
Nah, no, yeah. Bro, legit. But I look, I was like, bro, how'd you go from 50 million to 12.5?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because a lot of people have a team around them. So it's like,
Taxes.
you know, you got to, taxes as well. You got to pay everyone. And then when you break it down, you're the last person to get paid. You're going to get what's left, which is not much. But I was going to say, like, with athletes.
12.5, that's not much.
I mean,
Yeah.
12.5 is a lot.
Yeah,
Definitely. If you negotiate higher and then you get that. But like with athletes and stuff, you have to think about it because you're saying you don't really see why, or like you don't, can't quite comprehend why they're getting paid so much. But if you see the like work that they're putting in, you kind of have to, like, they're putting their life in the line, basically.
No, that's
a lot
dramatic.
of
As a capitalist, that's pretty dramatic.
no. Okay, look. People are walking on with injuries, my guy. Some people, they can't walk
So
after.
people are injuring
Some
their
people-
back in the
Says my
factory,
mom,
bro. Yeah, dog.
My
What are you talking about
knee
injuries, bro?
Guys, please let me get to my
People are
point.
getting injured doing night feel like Woolworths, bro.
Oh my days. Okay, but like you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I
you
hear you,
know,
I hear
they're
you.
bringing entertainment. They're putting their bodies on the line each and every time. So it's like, why not negotiate? Especially Zendaya, and the role that she's playing in Euphoria. Like you actually, if you watch it, you would understand.
What is Zendaya putting on the line though? Because I believe she deserves the money, but like she's not risking injury.
Not injury, but mental health. Like the role that she's actually playing is pretty insane. To have to tap
I don't know,
into
man.
that.
She's not playing
it's-
Batman, you know what I'm saying?
That's mental health right there, bro. That's the real mental health. God.
That's a dark joke.
What?
Wait, what?
Oh, what, Dark Knight, or is that your joke? I'm sorry, we ruined your joke. I'm right. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know if you can justify. Look, I'm of the mind of like, I'm not gonna complain. Get your bread. If people, I always say people should get paid whatever other people are willing to pay them.
Oh yeah,
You
definitely.
know what I'm saying? Whatever other people are willing to pay you, get that and go for that bread. Don't fight it. If she can get a meal, bro,
But what about
aim
this?
for 2.
Yeah? So I obviously haven't seen the show, so I don't know if she's carrying the show, but I heard it's the storyline.
It's the storyline.
Okay,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
the
yeah.
Did she
storyline.
write it?
I have no idea.
So now my question, because you know when you watch shows, you're like, this person is carrying the show, right? That I can understand. But in a situation in which the storyline is carrying the show, how can she justify $1 million?
Yeah, look, trust anything Drake touches makes money. So I just blame Drake because he was the one endorsing it all and everything. So that adds to all that too.
You know what I mean? But you
Yeah.
get what I'm saying?
I know what you mean. I know what
Hey,
you
we're
mean.
the same podcast that told people go to your boss and ask for a pay rise. All right? Are you carrying your company? No, you're not carrying your company.
I never
So
turned on.
we encourage people go get your money.
No,
get your
no,
bread
no.
up.
But we're talking about if she deserves $1 million. I don't know
Hey,
if
I
deserves or
reckon-
not. But I'm saying if you tell me the storyline, then I'm just watching for the storyline and not Zendaya.
I think
But I
clearly
enjoy her
agreed.
character a
Is it a
lot.
Netflix show?
It's
Binge.
it's a HBO,
HBO,
show.
but
HBO,
Binge will hold it down.
Bro, man, people are making some serious guap in there, man. This is actually madness, bro. Yeah, it's interesting to see these type of numbers in there, man. But yeah, it's mad. I was thinking as well, right, in line with that. None of us then are clearly ready to, not none of us, I think all of us are grinders, right? But there's a lot of people around us that are clearly not ready to be moving to these levels of these things, because a lot of people are putting their money into Instagram verifications right now already, which I find mad. No one's making these numbers just yet. You know what I've been thinking throughout this week, essentially, right? I've been like, yo, what's everyone's weekly budget looking like, or monthly budget rather?
Like how much you spend on
that they were able to say, you know what I'm gonna spend my money on? An Instagram verification, bro. Because I was like, I was just trying to figure out the budget. Like, what is the budget breakdown for the month of that? Like, bare people popped up.
Because it's $25 a month.
I think it's Australian dollars. Is it 25? Yeah, I think it'll be about 25
What
Australian.
else can you do for $25 a month? What's an activity you could do daily? Go to the cinema every month.
Yeah, bro.
bowling.
There's so many
Get like
things,
2
bro.
Netflix accounts.
Bowling, yeah.
See, this is what I'm just wanting. I'm just wanting the return on the investment. Because anyone can say it's $25, but I'm like, okay, it's $25 that just drops to the ground.
But yeah, exactly. Because like, especially now investing in it is you're investing while it's plummeting, because the value of a verification has just dropped. So buying into it makes no sense.
This is crypto.
You know what I mean? literally.
Verification is
You know what I
crypto
mean?
now, man. Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. Just before, I saw someone comment on something, and then I saw they had a verification tick. I clicked on their account, and then I saw that they made music, and I went and I listened to a song. So clearly, for them, it actually worked. It
That's
did
about
something. It actually did
0.0003
something.
cents
That's
in
funny.
the stream.
But like, imagine how many people would do that though. So
But man, what's your thoughts on that? Because obviously you already verified before, and
Big
then
man.
and then yeah, people don't know this. Well, people who are listening might not know, but you already verified beforehand, right? But then now it's something that anyone can do, right? Like, what's your thoughts on that?
I wrote a tweet on the weekend. I said some shit like, verification became an option, and now suddenly rappers know how to pay their tick. Like, so I think it's just it's a clout thing, but it's like, I don't know, if people want to pay it. What were you saying before? If the market's going to pay it, the market's going to pay it. I just think social media is like, if you needed it, like, then you can access it at that level, if you know what I mean. Like, I'm seeing cats now with 100 followers or whatever with a blue tick on it, and I'm just like, okay, what's the deal? You know what I'm saying?
Redundant, yeah.
Yeah, and I think I was saying earlier, I think social media is dying, bro. Like, for
Yeah?
real.
Let's explore that a little bit.
Okay.
We think it's dying. What?
Because it's become so corporate now. Like,
Okay.
in the early days of the internet, like, I know I'm a bit older, but like I was on message boards and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, chat boards and stuff before it became social media. And like, I remember that underground internet
that
culture.
community,
it was
yeah.
totally free. You know what I mean? And yeah, it was the Wild West. The internet was dangerous and shit. We didn't have a lot of the shit that we like protections, you know, now around mental health and that. But like, it was free, and everything now is so corporate. Like, you can't even Google now. The first 5 pages are ads, or 5 things are
right.
ads.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no organic. Nothing on the internet feels organic anymore, and that's why I think it's like dying. And maybe, you know, blockchain is the future. Hopefully, you know what I mean. But I don't think it can continue like this. Well, what do you guys think? Like, is social media buzzing like it was a minute ago? I don't feel like it is.
What you're saying in terms of the social aspect of it,
Yeah.
in terms of it not being organic, I definitely agree with. Where it's like, yeah, before you would actually create the environment that you wanted to exist with, and or tap into the environments that you want to exist within when it came to social media. So your feed is literally only things that you are interested in,
Yeah, exactly.
friends, etc.
Yeah. That's all.
There was no ads, nothing getting pumped into,
100%.
or you would join. Bro, that water just finished my throat. Went in the wrong side, man.
good, bro?
Yeah, I'm good, man. But like, yeah, you would go and join communities, message boards, whatever it might be, that were for specifically what you kind of wanted. But on our feed now, for sure, I can definitely say, like, yeah, Instagram especially, I'm getting hit left
Bro,
and
when you
right.
do
Ads are too
stories,
much.
and it's
Yeah.
like
Everything
2
just
in a
pops up.
row are
Yeah.
just ads, and it like the
It's every fifth.
algorithm every third.
I was
Every
third.
third is a ad.
That's mad.
Yeah, and
It
then
posts up quite a bit, man.
you get 2.
Sometimes
on
you get the
next
2, the
third,
double
yeah.
whammy. Yeah.
Oh my
But
days.
even when I'm scrolling through my feed, I just
Yeah,
see
the
a
feed.
random photo, and I was like, I don't follow you.
Yeah, that's how I feel the same way.
Like, I was like, who's this? And I click on it. I was like, okay, so I'm not following you. So it looks like some type of
sponsor
that just pops up in the middle of my feed. You know what I mean?
So that social element of it is probably definitely, I guess.
Disappears.
I think it's
Slowly.
become strictly entertainment for me. Like, as it's taken maybe what TV, you know, TV became streaming, like Netflix, all that, and I feel like Netflix slightly becoming TikTok to me. You know what I mean? Like that's I spend the time that I would on that instead now, and so yeah, definitely in terms of social and like friendship and all that, I don't look for that on any of these apps. But in terms of entertainment, it's like I get heaps of entertainment from them.
Entertainment is good, bro. I'm always laughing.
I can picture you just. Was that it? The end?
Bro,
Was that the end of that thought? Or what?
For me, that's honestly because
Entertainment's good, bro.
I'm laughing.
because I see what you guys are saying, that the social aspect is not really there.
Bro,
So
how
I
long you
just
been doing a podcast?
so I just use it just mainly for because you guys would have seen me. I've been saying a lot of memes, a lot of videos on the chat.
Memes are the best part of it.
Oh man, honestly,
Memes are the best part of it.
yeah, because I don't have Twitter yet. So I have to use
You're
it.
missing out, bro.
Yeah, but yeah, the whole world's telling me I'm missing
I
out.
know this.
What do
I
you
know
all
this.
think that I was having this debate with someone the other day? What do you think the rankings of social media is like? What's the elite social media platforms? What are the mid ones? What are
Damn.
Do we have
terms of-
a
like,
parameter?
Like what's a
culture
clear?
that
What's
it-
going
for me?
Great.
Like elite social media for me is like Twitter and Reddit is the best shit happens.
Oh, Reddit.
Reddit is great. Reddit is very.
I've
I
heard
did it. Like,
Reddit
I
is-
know
The
Reddit's
funniest
good,
shit on
but
the internet is on Twitter and Reddit.
yeah.
I think in terms of generating a culture around the thing, I think Twitter, Reddit, and TikTok are the
TikTok for
best.
sure, yeah.
So that's a little bit
Instagram's just a highlight reel for most people,
Uh-huh.
and Facebook's dead, bro.
Damn, it's the fact you didn't even
Facebook
mention
was the shit
Snapchat.
back in the day.
Snapchat.
Facebook was
finished.
elite, bro.
Facebook was so good back in the day.
Oh man.
Okay,
That was the OG.
yes and no, because I was just saying.
What's the no?
In my head, I was like, I think one of the best parts about social media phasing out from being all friends and all this kind of stuff focused is that like people aren't just embarrassing themselves by putting everything on there. Because there was a phase when like we were young where it's like kids would just update their status 4 times an hour and just
Right.
like is bored.
You
Is with
got one of them right now. He
That's
used to
me.
do the crazy updates.
that was me too. I went through and
Yeah.
cleared everything, bro. And it's just like, but even like in terms of people, it's like, yo, this is what I'm eating right now. This is, and it's like crap photos.
Because it was
Right.
so new.
It was. It was so exciting. It was so exciting. Yeah.
So do you guys use Facebook now at all or not?
I use Messenger still.
Yeah.
I message always, yeah.
Which is its own thing now.
Because man, I've actually been using Facebook not too much.
Your uncle, bro.
I don't even have the app anymore.
Wow, you like that? No, to be honest, the only reason why, yeah. Because like growing up with like certain friends from especially like primary school, high school, like I'm just going through and I'm like, wow, like she's married now, he's married now. Oh wow, they got a kid. Like it almost like that's the only platform that I can actually keep up with people or like friends from like primary school, high school, and that. I'm like, wow, that's dope. Like today,
on Facebook for the same reason. Who got married? Who had a kid?
bro,
whose
like
birthday is
honestly,
on.
like today I was like, hey, oh, congrats. And, like I was genuinely happy. You know, I was like, man, we were actually cool friends. And now you're starting a family. Like that's dope. If I was on Instagram, like you're not posting this on Instagram.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah,
You're not even following them on Instagram. That's what it is.
that is
You're
actually so
connected
true.
with more people on Facebook. I mean, like, what?
Oh, yeah,
2,000
for sure.
friends.
Yeah.
And I'm not,
Yeah.
and I'm not gonna lie, the whole notification like birthdays is saving me, bro.
Saving relationships.
Like it's
I gave
actually,
up on that ages ago.
bro,
Literally.
it's actually
Yep.
because I get notification. I'm like, oh, is this person's birthday today? That's dope. Like,
Do you
if
write
it's-
like? For,
I was gonna say, do you post?
Oh no, I don't write.
Oh,
But
was
like,
like-
like,
So then what?
Dude,
no,
I'm
no,
like,
no, no, no.
Now he knows who to
I haven't done it
message.
for years
Yeah,
now.
same.
No, like,
It's
like
been a
I
long
don't, like
time.
I always say happy birthday. That's the thing. But I'm saying if I didn't have that notification of that feature,
You wouldn't know.
like I'd be missing so many birthdays. You know what I mean? Like I was talking to one of my close friends. We're talking about birthdays, and then she's like, "Yeah, you know, what do you do for your birthday?" I was like, "Yeah, come, you know, this. That's what are you gonna do?" She's like, "Do you even know what my birthday is?" Right? Facebook.
In front of her.
Oh yeah, March 18th. Come on, boy, don't play with me.
Best friends.
Yeah, that's the only thing that's actually saving me right
Yeah.
now. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't know if you guys remember Facebook, like early on, before there was the functionality to comment on someone posting on your wall. So it's like people would post on your wall,
And you reply with
and then
another
you
post.
reply by posting on their wall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh word.
And nowadays, like, you know how it goes like, oh, on this day, whatever.
You just say random.
And I'll just
Yeah,
say
yeah,
this random
no
thing.
context.
Yeah, bro, my mom's still on holiday. Blah, blah, blah. Come over tomorrow. What?
No context whatsoever.
Didn't
man.
Instagram have that at one
days.
point?
What?
Like when you're replying, but it
You're,
goes to
yeah,
your
you're
DM.
applying. No. That was newer.
That's new.
Yeah,
That's the
that's a-
worst.
Before it was that you didn't reply under a comment. You just replied and you had to at.
Ah, okay, so that was that,
Yeah.
and then it fades into.
And now
replying.
you've got that you can reply to the comment in the DM kind of thing.
Ah, okay, because I did that before, and I was like,
Why am
bro.
I starting a chat with this?
Yeah, and
person?
I was like, why am I in the DM, bro? I don't want to be in this DM, bro. I deleted that. I went to the comment and I said thanks.
yeah, bad.
It's a setup.
Oh,
It's
my
a setup.
I was like, I'm not trying to start no conversation.
Yeah, but no, it's honestly, man. It's interesting, man. The whole social aspect, though. I don't know what it's gonna look like or pan out into as things kind of like progress and go on further, obviously. But yeah, right now it's funny because all of these just apps they keep on trying to try different things and like just implement. So I think it was YouTube or something that I was looking at you're on recently.
They all just copy
And it was
each
like
other.
a scroll. It was like a feed.
Spotify.
Was it Spotify?
Spotify has started a TikTok
I
style
saw
thing
some
where you
shit
swipe
come
up. Yeah. So the idea is like, let's say they know I like Benny the Butcher and this and that or whatever, and then you swipe up and it'll be like, oh, you might like this, you might like that, and it gives you 15-second snippets of songs, right? So they're basically curating mini playlists to increase obviously your time on it. I was saying though, I think like we've finally tapped into the idea that scrolling this way makes more sense on these devices fully than.
I was wondering what other way did
Well,
we
I mean,
scroll
because people are
before?
going this way, that way on some things. You know, like even when you want to go back from something.
Tinder.
AKA Tinder. left, right.
Yeah. But like in terms of the video content as well, going that way, it just makes more sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw this guy's perfected everything, bro. Like,
Everyone's,
it just makes sense.
It's taking our attention, man. All of it. That's
Right.
all it really is, man.
HR
Ultimately
said,
just-
how do we get you guys to stay on this platform and don't move, bro?
I was gonna say even Netflix now on the app, it's got like features where it has fast laughs and like you can scroll and it's just got quick clips
Bro,
on
that's
Netflix.
crazy.
Like the
No
Netflix
No way.
Like why am I scrolling through like TikTok videos on Netflix? You know, like it's just
Is it-
weird.
We're all
Is it-
goldfish.
But you know what do it, bro? You're scrolling. Ah, good shows.
That sucks though. I'll tell you why it sucks because they can only take content from the shows on there,
Yeah,
on their
yeah,
and they
platform,
can't create any sort of trend from it, right? So like, let's say
run an
TikTok,
ad,
you can add a sound, you can all these random creators are creating. Bro, there's someone in the design room back there, dying trying to find a clip
good
from,
clip.
From the movie.
from this dead show, right? It's like, I need a 24-second clip, please. You know, they've been through every episode. And like, this sucks,
Oh,
bro.
gosh.
Yeah, I don't know who would
Crazy.
actually utilize that.
Netflix, so I
apparently
did not see
people
that
do,
one coming.
yeah.
But yeah, now I can
Well,
see
I
that whole
spend more
motion.
time on Netflix trying to choose something to watch.
Literally,
Honestly, watch
you
it.
literally-
Yeah, now you're gonna just go.
I'll end up on that shit.
Bro, the
I'm a bit of
options are so
goldfish.
dead on there.
Right.
Oh, yeah?
In line with this swiping thing you were mentioning before about like, you weren't mentioning, but Tinder is essentially the only thing that came to mind of swiping this way.
Yeah.
When we're talking about all this stuff and how these apps are, I guess, changing the way we sometimes our attention spans or how we view certain things. I was on the bus. Yeah, I know it was crazy. I was on the bus, man. It was mad. That was the first mad part of this story. I was on the bus, bro. It was an experience, man. I remember I met up with this guy after I got off the bus. I was like, bro, I sat on the bus. I had 3 different podcast topics that came up just from observing people. But this is one of them.
Let's hear it.
So I'm posted up, yeah, and I'm behind this guy that's sitting in front of me. That sounds so dumb. But behind the guy sitting in front of me, yeah.
So
it's turning-
Tasmania.
It's gonna be its own Netflix series.
So the guy's posted up in front of me, right? And he was just swiping through, I think it's Tinder. It must have been. I think all of them you swipe, right? All these apps. But I just assumed this one was Tinder. So he's swiping. And I was just watching him. I wrote down a whole thing from this, right? He was just like, yeah, pretty much I'd see how quick he'd swipe certain people, like fast, didn't even think about it. And then I'd see the ones where he'd scroll up to read a little bit more. And it was the same kind of pattern. This I knew, like I started even betting. Yeah, he's swiping. This one, yeah, he's
This
gonna
guy
read.
found his time with you.
Bro, yeah.
30 seconds, this guy knew his time.
He tapped the guy and said, no, she was good. She was good.
I actually wanted to start jumping in there. It's like, hey, bro.
Hey, big man, no, go back.
She might be your wifey, dog.
She-
But he's swiping. I just want to say melanin girls were getting no love from this guy, bro. No love from this guy. It was mad.
He
I
has
was-
a type.
Bro, yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
He's got his type.
He's got a time, yeah.
Well, my bets were very, very correct half the time, yeah. But anyways, I'm watching him swipe through people, yeah, and it looked like, I'm like, this looks like a catalog, bro. Like, man's really just.
It's
you
not
see,
natural. Yeah,
I was like, yeah, this is such a. That's literally what I was thinking. I'm like, yo, like, does this format of meeting people or seeing other people exist in the wild, right? Because as much as we are so sophisticated as humans and stuff, how we live is not very, very different in terms of our instincts to a lot of these how animals move. You know what I mean? When it comes to the, maybe some of the male peacock acting all like, flexing to try and get, try to get some, just secure the bag with one of the shorty peacocks.
Goats fighting.
Goats fighting, all that kind of stuff. Like, I was like, okay, does this type of a interaction of just, not you, does that exist in any format in the world, or are we completely creating something unnatural by
In the wild.
operating in this kind of a way? Do you know what I'm saying? Do you guys kind of get what I'm saying? Because I was just looking at it, I was trying to think, I'm like, bro, there is no way, like, there's nothing that looks like this.
I think it's
in
a
nature.
very because I guess the idea is you're flexing your best, right?
On those
When
apps,
you're on
right?
those apps, right? So you're putting your very best foot forward, but you're doing it in the most impersonal way. Is that the word? Like, just the least personal way you could do it at all.
Yeah.
Right? And so it doesn't actually has no depth to it. And so I guess it's lazy in a sense. Like, you're not working for anything. If that's because, like, normally when you are trying to, let's say as humans or even as animals, whatever, it's like you're trying to, you have to break a sweat almost to impress, as opposed to here, it's like, yo, this is the bulletin. Slap my face up on the bulletin, and whoever picks up and tries to call the number is a good bet.
It's not that different though, really, to like walking in the club. Is it? They're like, you make up your mind within like 2 seconds of seeing one in the club. Don't you? Like,
that
for real?
is true.
So like, is it any
That's true.
just
I don't
expediting
know.
that process?
I think
you
it's
know
a
what I'm
little
saying?
bit different.
It's a little bit crazier. Or?
Yeah, because walking into a club, like, you don't know anyone's name. This, you already know name, what she works as, all the stuff, blah, blah, and you haven't even said a single word to each other.
You saved yourself having to buy a drink, for real.
Oh, okay, let me ask you this. Do you believe, like, if someone offers you a drink at the club
Yeah.
and you say yes,
Mhm.
you owe them a conversation now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
That's it. Just
That's basic
but-
decency, right?
a conversation over that drink, but nothing more than that.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then it can
Can go anywhere from there.
Yeah, and you accepting that drink is accepting that
Oh,
conversation.
yeah.
Exactly.
My guy.
But you can't accept it and then say, no, I don't want to talk to you. Right?
Nah, because that's the acceptance of the
Yeah.
gesture.
Thank you very much.
My guy.
Why is
we
You've been a
knew
good
that
guy.
was correct anyway.
Because last week's
Yeah.
episode,
1, 2, 3, all feel the way you feel.
Yeah.
This guy.
this guy thinks that you can accept the drink and walk off
Yeah. That
without.
the person shouldn't expect anything.
You should expect
from you.
anything, not a conversation,
It's
huh?
a social convention.
Yeah.
It's a very obvious
My guy brought out social convention. I'm sold.
The guy said social
It's unwritten rule, you know?
Yes, that's what.
That's
yes,
exactly what they
that's
said.
what we said. Yeah, unwritten rule. Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Well, I rest my
But-
case on that, man.
Well, yeah, in the line about the whole Tinder thing.
I was just okay. I was also saying, like, okay, are we numbing the human experience through that, or are we desensitizing ourselves to knowing what connection actually is
I
with
think.
these type of just constructs now?
I mean, I haven't used this. I don't know too much. Maybe Noah can educate us a little bit.
Man's firing shots.
Nah, wait, hold on.
Strays over here, bro.
Nah, but to be honest, Noah already came on this
an
podcast
expose.
and he told us, so it's fine. But if he didn't, then I would never have said
I
that.
think, I did say this though. I
Yeah.
said it does like make you, like, you don't take anything serious almost because of it. Because it's like,
Yeah.
you just left and right humans.
Left and right.
Bro. Like, it's
Yeah.
the weirdest.
Can I keep it 100?
Yeah.
I've got Tinder. I don't go on it that often.
Yeah.
When I do, every single match gets the exact same GIF. I send them and it's a dude sliding in. He's like, "Hey, what's up?"
All of them, just
Every
the
single one
same.
gets the same one. And if they laugh at it, cool, we might have a
Then move
conversation. If
forward,
they don't,
yeah.
I know it's dead. So it's like,
Bro,
Good interaction when you said that.
I love it.
yeah, some of them laugh, some of them don't.
some of them might get blocked.
Yeah,
That's a tip for y'all who use it. Just use that.
I use that to every single match. I log in whenever I don't log in and just send the same GIF. Bang, bang, bang.
All of them getting the same. Yeah, let's go.
Right, but yeah, you thought
I
you
think
was.
it's meant to be dead and just a joke like
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
isn't it?
yeah.
Yeah. I think
it's-
ultimately, like, it's created as a last resort pretty much. Like,
Nah, okay.
no.
That is crazy.
Wait, no.
That's never how I've seen it. I've always seen it as like
An option.
the
Really?
idea here is like this is not serious.
No, I've always seen it as like,
last resort.
you know,
I
you've-
can understand
like
that.
either
though.
you don't have time to actually go out and like, you know, mingle and meet people, or you're looking for something just outside of your, you know, area that's around
No,
you.
but when
or
you said last, so it sounds like you tried everything.
no, I'm saying, yeah, I'm getting to it. So these are the three things. You know, you're just looking for something
Your Honor,
outside.
Yeah, listen.
I'm trying to put in my case.
Yeah, carry on.
Yeah,
Phew,
you're looking
it's
for
not me
something that's
once.
outside of like your norm, or you just don't have, because some people just don't have time to go out and mingle and socialize. So it's like the easiest way is
How do you have
go.
time for a relationship?
I mean, you start it off and then, you know, eventually you build it. Or it's like, yeah, you've tried the going out or going to a bar, meeting people, and it just didn't work. So the next thing you're going to do is go onto the apps. But I mean, some people do use it as well as a first thing. I don't knock people who use it because clearly it works for a lot of people. So
Thought it was
shout
just for
out
piping.
to...
Have you
It's
ever like?
there's a certain app that's
Tinder. I'm pretty sure
Tinder's
Tinder's
made
just for piping.
just for that.
That's what I was gonna
isn't
say.
it?
I feel like the last resort
mainly.
aspect, whatever, that's more like those eHarmony, like the online one.
That's
Where I don't
legit,
even know if
eHarmony?
that. That's what I'm saying. I think the ones that I don't know if they even have an app.
Back in the day.
Bro,
You know?
man said Christian mingle.
Christian
Christian
mingle.
bro.
Well, eHarmony started off as a Christian thing too.
Yeah, word.
Man, say how many, bro?
Tough scenes, man. It's tough scenes, bro.
Nah, but yeah, I was gonna say in line with like just going swipe. I feel like now in reality, it's almost like you're doing swipe in real life as well. Where you're just like, I'm not interested. Oh yeah, you know what I mean? Where
It's
it's
just why aren't they going away?
yeah, but you gotta be like, someone's like,
This conversation needs to end.
but it's almost like you're not giving people
Yeah.
an opportunity. That's basically what it is. Because now you're stuck in the mindset of like, I don't like, I like. Right, so then now it's like when you approach certain places or you go certain places, it's almost like you're picking and choosing, which is okay to do so, right? But then you might be blocking your blessing by not having a conversation with that person
Yeah.
instead.
I think one thing, at least for me, that I found is like it just makes you, I don't say objectify, but sexualize maybe too quickly. It's because it's like everyone's just trying to put their hottest photos out there, right? And it's like I'm saying yes or no, honestly, based on that. I don't actually care what you work as, like what you put as your, you know, your job title or your
Bro,
interests
keep
or
it
whatever.
all the way
No, like genuinely, right? I don't
I'm
think
here to
anyone.
pipe and pipe.
This guy reads the bio, occupational therapist, this, that. Oh, nice. No. Like, wait.
You need therapy.
No. Good for you.
But no, I generally think that's the approach for a lot of people, and then I think it starts skewing your mind a little bit as well. It's like it's actually not normal to just view people like that strictly.
I mean, if that's the case, then would an app be successful if it did no photos, but you just put your, obviously you have to
100%
be honest, you know, what you do, a little bit about you. Like, would that be successful?
Like, that's catfish. That's what we call catfish, right?
Occupational therapist, perfect person, whatever comes through looking like a thumb. Come on, man.
I'm 6'4".
Okay.
you know?
Okay. Wow, if we were to go with that example, yeah, like, can we include height, weight, and all that stuff in there?
I guess so, yeah. And then the rest is just your imagination, because now we're just eliminating, you know.
Sounds like
the-
MSN back in the early days.
Yeah.
Dead ass. That's actually like MSN,
Really?
fam.
5'1", 200 pounds person.
What was that? Oh, fuck. Wait, you're just giving a... Right. Yeah, damn.
And someone that says, like, you know, says, like, height, they said, I don't want to disclose. Yeah.
Don't worry about it, man.
Under 6 foot.
That was a very, very interesting
that sounds
experience.
very interesting, bro.
I hope I bump into this Donnie again on the bus, just to add, or maybe even just catch the bus again to add some more observances. Because I was just like, yo, there's another couple of things I saw that's managed in my life. Let me park it off on saving, man. But it was interesting to observe that, man. I was just like, yeah, I don't know. I was like, this dude has never met any of these people, but you make a quick 1 second decision on this whole person, and it's like you have not had any actual
You
interaction.
have no
or anything like-
reason to say yes or
No,
Yeah,
no
literally.
strong,
Almost.
almost no reason. I was like, damn, this is an interesting world we're in right now, man. But
Yeah.
the socials
That
are
man's got the audacity to do it on the bus.
yeah,
With his brightness all the way up.
That's kind of crazy.
that brightness was booming. Brightness was booming.
Imagine
gotta
not
get
minding
the-
your business, Daniel.
What am I gonna do on the bus,
Imagine
man?
not
Yo,
minding your
there's-
Daddy's
yo.
looking around and said, what y'all doing?
Nah, I was checking everything. I saw, bro, Donnie was watching his. Okay, I'll say this interaction. This was hilarious. So there's this guy on the bus. He's looking at his baby monitor. Well, I told myself that it was his baby monitor. I was really hoping it was and not just some random feed that he's tapped into, right? So I said, I'm sure this is this man's child, and he's just checking on his child to make sure the child's sleeping. Somebody's looking after the
And
baby.
he's a murderer, and he pulled up to the
Right.
house.
See what I'm saying? I was like, let me make sure. I was like, okay, this is definitely his child. The guy also looked harmless. So I was like, okay, this is his child. The person next to him, though, was not convinced.
The guy's like, you're planning something, cuz.
This man was like this, looking at him, watching the whole time, and I'm just watching this situation like I'm preying it, seeing how it's going down. I'm like,
Bro, can you imagine this? Hold on. I'll be the guy.
you be the guy. You're the guy on the
phone.
phone, and genuinely, so there's the aisle in the middle. This is how this guy is watching him. I'm not even playing around. The guy was watching him like this, and I'm behind him like 2 seats back, just
Bro.
watching the whole situation. I said, bro, is he gonna say something to him? Like, is he gonna call him out? But then I realized, like, all of us are.
That's my kid.
When I saw that, I was like, yo, all of us stay quiet and mind our business, low key. Not mind our business. Like, I was watching everything.
So always talk about it on a podcast.
The money's business, apparently.
But like, no one would, if we thought that something bad was going on, no one necessarily was gonna
Say anything or intervene.
probably say anything in
The
that
only
kind of.
people that talk loud and confront people on the bus are crackheads.
Yeah.
You remember those
That's the
awkward
third-
moments?
that's the
like, as
third
a kid,
topic.
On the way to like school or something, or way back from school, and like a crackhead would jump on the train or bus, and they're just like yelling like this close to your face,
And you
like,
just
yelling
cop
at you
it.
for nothing.
You just
Like,
cop it or
yeah,
what?
yeah, you just kind of stand there like,
Okay.
"Alright, let this pass, let this pass.
But then I was even thinking, in that situation, like, what can you even say?
Excuse me, mate. Is that your child?
Yeah, okay. You say that to me, and I say,
Yes.
no. I said no.
What do I say?
What?
You have to say something crazy to scare them,
Yeah.
and then because based on their reaction to what you say, you know if that's
On some
the dad
King
or-
Solomon vibes.
Cute kid.
Yeah.
If they lash out,
Oh
that's
my
the dad.
days.
Okay.
But you get what I'm saying? Where it's like, the interaction can, be short real quick, but them just saying nah, and then now they're continuing back on. Like, what's your next
That's a bit
question?
wild.
Okay. I have got nothing to say to the guy, bro. You're clearly crazier than
You're
me.
crazy.
He's going back to Tinder guy.
The guy
Let me cut this
said,
interaction out, bro.
yeah, you guys,
Yeah,
You're
swipe
Let me
yes.
go back to this guy here.
Yeah, but anyway,
Speaking of
man.
babies,
Oh, what you got for us?
You got a baby?
did you guys see the news? Somebody had the 11-year-old baby vaping, bro.
11-year-old.
Yeah, you guys can
Oh,
see
yeah, I
this.
saw
So
that
you-
on the
11-month-old?
11-month-old, sorry. 11-month-old. That's
Yeah, I was like,
121-month-old.
11-year-old baby, bro.
Nah, 11-month-old baby. Do you guys not see this?
Yeah, you
I
sent
saw
it.
it
so what do you
recently, yeah.
mean?
They
Like-
literally put the vape in the baby's mouth, and then the baby blew out smoke. And I was like, what is wrong? Like, not everyone should have kids, bro.
It wasn't
Oh,
even
that's
bad.
100%.
Not
Humanity.
everyone
You
should
need a
have
license to have a
kids.
dog, bro. Like,
Yo, I've never thought of this.
I didn't even need
A
this,
license
bro.
to have a dog.
well, you got to have your dog registered in that. Like, you've got to
Yeah,
go
you
through a
do.
process that says you're okay. Or if you want to adopt a dog, you got to go through a full process. Like,
That's actually so true.
you don't do that.
Because,
with
yeah,
kids,
bro,
like-
it's too easy to have a kid. I'm realizing it's too
real.
easy. Way too easy.
So,
Yeah, so what do you say?
I don't know, how do we combat this? Because I can't have people.
we need to
living-
shut down Tinder, obviously.
First of all, yes. Because I can't have people putting vapes and.
Not in my world.
Not in my Australia.
I like this place.
This is a good place.
It was the fact that someone would record that and
Yeah,
let
then
that
put
be
it out.
released
And
as
the
well.
mom was just in the background. Like,
Yeah.
Word.
That's, yep.
That's crazy.
Bro.
So yeah, obviously made me think that's a good one, like registering a dog, right? Because I was thinking, it's like, there's few things. Should we renew a license? So, example, driver's license. Is there like, example, you drive for 5 years, but then now
Do a
everyone
test
has
again.
to do a test again to continue that, right? Because I've seen some really bad drivers out there, bro. And I was saying, I'm like, bro, I think we should actually run this back. Right? Nah, like honestly, I was like, I think we should actually do like renew a
the
license
rules
every 5
change.
years.
We need updates. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
So I was thinking, are there things in which we need to renew, right? Number one, and number two, are there things that we should get licensed for?
Pen license.
I took that pen license so seriously.
Because I like the dog. And that's very true.
You never got, bro. We took a photo and everything.
Nah,
man.
that was very
I
serious,
Yo,
yeah.
serious happenings, man. I remember when I took it.
And my handwriting's trash. I just remember the next year, the teacher was coming around to everyone, and she just tapped me on the shoulder. She was like, Matt. I was like, yeah, what's up? She's like, see how everyone else is writing in pen? Sitting in my like, the scribbly grey letter. And she's like, I think it's time for you as well.
I think it's time.
And I was like, okay. But everyone else got this little card the year before, and I never got mine.
Never got, bro. Just here's a big
Just
pen.
here, get rid of the grey lead, bro.
She just felt bad.
She's like, man, this is
what it
year
was.
11.
It was uni, bro.
Oh, man.
Yeah, nah, pen license.
I'm not ready. I'm not ready.
Bro, that was serious
Pen
stuff.
license needs to be renewed, bro.
But handwriting ones, huh? Okay, so you said things that should either
Yeah.
have a license
good
to
question.
acquire or things that we should renew.
I'm saying license definitely needs to be renewed.
Yeah.
Maybe
I
every
agree
like
with that
5,
one.
10 years or something like
Driving
that.
license. I think after a certain age, like if you want to be old and driving, yeah, you need to be
I
tested
think-
every year.
Oh, for
After that, you
sure.
want to be
After
old.
the
For
age of
sure.
70, I think you should do a test every single year to drive.
Every year.
Every year's a
single year.
bit dragged. Come on.
So much can happen. You only have about max 30 more at that point.
Maybe every like 2 or 3. 3 minimum.
That's a lot of tests.
3 because you won't make it to the 4th.
Oh,
What?
You're gonna get us in a car crash. 'Cause your eyesight.
Hey, Matt, you see what we're talking about on this
As a
podcast?
capitalist.
Yeah, and Vickers will make more money, and I have to pay less taxes.
Bro.
Okay. I mean, I'm not opposed to that. Like, what you said kind of makes sense.
Yeah, no, like genuinely, it's like a health thing.
Yeah.
I actually remember this one day. Mao and I were in the car, and there's this old person we know, right? And we pulled up next to them. And this one I knew, yeah, and maybe not everyone should be on the road. So we pulled up next to dude, right? I'm in the passenger seat, Miles driving, and dude's over here. I put my window down.
oh yeah.
Hi. Tapping everything, moving doing all the body movements just to say hey. Did not, bro. The peripheral vision non-existent,
Listening,
and I
hearing's not
don't
working.
think Donnie couldn't, bro. Nothing. My guy was set.
Gripsing.
He was
Like
just
we were
focusing.
doing all of that, and then at a point I was like, okay, is he ignoring us? I was like, is he ignoring us,
He's trying to ignore it,
or is
yeah.
man a hazard on the road right now? Like, because if he's not ignoring us. And he genuinely couldn't hear or see all of that. I said,
I'm sorry.
this man
That's a
is not
problem.
watching for pedestrians,
Yeah.
bro.
Literally.
This man does not give way at the
I don't even
roundabout.
know he ran them over. He didn't like hear them yell.
Nothing.
What's that? Speed bumps on the freeway. Yeah, nice.
Well, yeah, okay, I can agree with that one a little
That
bit.
one,
So,
yeah,
the-
you know, you're not
the
bad.
license, yeah. But
I think rappers, you need to be.
ooh,
You need to get your
what
rap
I want.
license.
Yeah.
Nah, for real.
That's that-
Because now rap is obviously a platform for entertainment. You know what I mean? So you're seeing a lot of people who may be famous on YouTube or they
Have cool hair.
cool or whatever, or they look good or they got an Instagram following, or models just start rapping. You know?
oh, they just have a blue tick now.
Yeah, which they pay for anyway.
they pay for,
that's
yeah.
it. No, so I think, and DJs, like both of those are two professions.
yeah.
Like rapping and DJing are two professions. Takes it takes you 10,000 hours to get really good at that. So like,
Okay.
I reckon same way as like golfers. There's amateur golfers and there's pro golfers. Maybe you have
Yeah.
pro rappers and you have amateur rappers until you pass your test. Same with like boxers. You know what I mean?
I agree with
What would a
that
test
one.
look like? Is it public opinion? Because public opinion is a big part of it,
Yeah.
which is hard to test
I
because
reckon
that sways.
You gotta have skill set.
Yeah.
I'm talking shit, by the way.
It really
makes
is hard
sense,
with
though.
the arts and creative stuff because it's like it's all subjective. But I agree, it's like it does end up watering down whatever it might be, really.
Because this can be
Because
open.
people could say that about podcasting.
Yeah, no, I was thinking
Yeah,
about that as well. I was like,
People say
yo,
that about
100%
the running
podcast.
joke is, everyone starts podcast, everyone, whatever. And it's like,
Boxing's a big thing now. There's like all these little 6 or 8 week
Oh,
camp
yeah.
things that you can do for boxing, and people like claiming that they're boxers now. It's like it's like mini golf. You don't say you're a golfer if you played around mini golf.
Mini golf.
Facts,
can you
bro.
imagine someone said, I'm a mini golfer?
Bro, professional mini golfer fam.
That's a bit like table tennis professionally.
Oh man.
Like, just play tennis, right?
No, I can
Get rid of the table, bro.
I can understand
It's not
the
same
table
thing,
tennis stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, I know, exactly. It's like you are fit, but you don't want to be fit. I always have this thing though. I'm like, any sport that you could be professional and fat is not a real sport. Golf, darts,
Can you be fat and play golf though?
bro.
Your
half
stomach
of the
gets
guys at the
in the
PGA
way,
and all
bro.
that.
Are you sure?
Oh,
Yeah, some of them got guts, bro.
Word.
Yeah. No, anything.
I'm
where
not gonna
you
lie,
don't
though.
need a 6-pack to be an elite athlete. That's not a real sport, bro.
You don't say ain't a real sport.
That's different. Okay, and I'll explain.
Which sport?
The only guys that are big the arms are still big. Yeah.
The heavyweights.
They're the sluggers, right? Like or even boxing, right? What's his name, bro? Tyson Fury, bro. 6'9". All right. Yeah, he's got a belly, bro, but his arm is also 2.4 meters of span or whatever it is. Yeah, that guy is different. But every other sport, bro, you're not seeing anyone run around a soccer pitch.
However, saying that,
bouncing.
what I realized, like the Donnies that play Sunday League with the stomach, like, bro, you're laughing.
No, they're good.
They are the most dangerous guys in the field, bro.
Okay.
No, honestly, bro, the control, boom, somehow.
Yeah. Where'd the ball go?
Honestly, but the shots, bro.
Yes.
It's the best shots in the world, bro.
But and their pants, the shorts are always running up into the
Up
crotch.
the ass, bro.
Bro, I'm there like, how
They're the most dangerous player when the ball is given to them.
Yeah.
They will never get the ball, bro. They will never get the ball themselves.
Yeah.
And they'll always yell at you when you don't give them the ball.
But that's why they play like forward. It's like all you have to do is just give them the ball. This is the thing. They don't make a run. They don't care. The ball comes to them.
Yeah, no. Some are dangerous.
They're crazy, bro. They're crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not professionals.
Dang.
Yeah, I get it. But when I see them play against these young athletic guys, somehow they're still giving them the work.
100%.
Yeah.
Amazing, bro.
Yeah, it's
But
amazing.
how the heck did we end up on not being fit and athletes, bro? We were going down like all the rappers and stuff. Yeah.
Okay, that's an interesting one. Yeah, because I was thinking, I'm like, could it be freestyle? I said, no, rappers out there don't know how to freestyle, some of them. So we can't really use freestyle as a... Because Loki, that would be a good one.
That used to be what I was looking at. Back in the day, whenever I thought like a rapper was like hot, and then I check out their
freestyle.
Yeah, I'd always suss what their freestyle was like.
Isn't that what the
big
Massive thing.
ciphers were?
All the
Like when they did
ciphers, all of that, yeah.
cypher.
It wasn't like I remember. Yeah, when I was younger, that was such a like impressive thing. Just the freestyling and like Sway's universe was massive. Like all that kind of disappeared. Like the focus really isn't that anymore.
There was a point in time when King Los,
Yes,
I loved him.
That guy,
bro,
He still
because
raps for
his ciphers and his freestyles were mad. I was like, this is the greatest rapper of our
I think that
generation.
there's certain circles where that's still the highest value thing. But
Yeah.
because rap is pop now, the wider portion of hip hop music is not true to the original crux of the art form. And that's, I think, where the difference in value comes from. It's like it's pop music now.
Yeah,
so
100%.
pop stars
that's
are
true.
Yeah,
Is it worse for that? Or
Double-edged sword is great for exposure, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? But for purity of the craft, I think it means it's going to take a longer time for that stuff to then become popular.
Yeah.
Again, you know what I mean?
with everything, I've always wondered this question about that whole purity and exposure part. Because we're in a world where you need a lot of the time you need obviously just exposure and money to just survive, because that's kind of the world we've created. But then in terms of the beauty that life brings comes from some of these very, very pure aspects of art and things like that, right? So I'm always wondering when it comes to certain different things, whether it be like, let me think, man, maybe even like story writing, rap and music and all these things, where maybe we shift into what's just gonna work as opposed to we shift into what sells as opposed to what I guess tells a better story, or what is more pure to the core of some of these things, what lasts longer and things like that.
The market decides in the end, so the market's always right. But there's like two audiences. Like there's an audience that watches reality TV, and there's an audience that pays to go to art galleries. You know what I mean? It's like, what sort of art are you making? They're both forms of entertainment. You know what I mean? So it's like it's about just determining the audience, I think.
Yeah. I do appreciate though when people come through and utilize what sells now and then become or get in and then turn into what is gonna last, right? For me, like one example is 21 Savage, right? When he came through, it was the very like typical young guy when the dreads really started taking off as well with the younger generation. Like he was the stereo tattoos on the face, all that kind of thing.
2016.
Yeah. Like it was very, but now we're like, I would honestly put him up there as like some of the best storytelling
Yeah, facts.
in his music.
Facts. He's a great
Right?
rapper.
And it's like even the whole mumble thing. It's like I don't see him as a mumble rapper anymore. Like I think he
Facts.
speaks a certain way,
Did you
but he
hear the
doesn't
joint he
mumble.
did with Nas, bro?
Yes,
Yeah.
that was very nice. Yeah.
Yeah, he's broken rap, bro.
Yeah. Like I think it's cool when it's like, okay, well, what's gonna work so that I can get famous, so I can sell, so whatever. But then it's like, oh shoot, maybe you realize this person actually loves the art more than anything else, and that's kind of cool. It's also cool to see someone mature as well. And I think that's why a lot of those guys from that, say 2016, specifically in rap, like with that 2016 category didn't last.
A lot
I
of them
mean,
didn't,
who's
yeah.
left? Just Kodak and 21.
I'm surprised that Kodak lost.
Kodak's a great rapper.
That's the
Uzi's still
thing.
massive.
Uzi's but he's a
Oh,
pop star.
Uzi, yeah.
He's
Rock star,
Yeah,
pop star,
yeah,
whatever you
Uzi.
want to call him.
I like Uzi now. I didn't like him before, but I like him now.
Yeah. Yeah. Uzi, I think
2016
similar.
Uzi still clears everything, bro.
He was just on a different level, bro.
Back in the day, it was the shit.
I want to ask, specifically targeted to like you now, right? Where would you say you straddle along with those two things in terms of, I mean, I'm sure you, like, from what we see ourselves, you probably targeted more towards the staying more true to that. But for the sake of the conversation, yeah, where would you say, yeah, how do you just navigate that space between those two, knowing?
It's a personal choice for every artist as to what they want to do and where their sort of ambitions lie. But for me, it's about the art form. Like I'm obsessed with the art of rap and the culture of hip hop. You know what I mean? And so I enjoy my successes in this shit is like when I'm in a room full of rappers that I really respect and they go, "Oh, you nice," you know what I mean? Like that's cool. Or you get that screw face look, you know what I mean? That for me is like the pinnacle of it. The streams and the views and that is cool, but that's not my number one driver. So for me, I'd say I sit firmly in the art, but like I also don't have 100% commercial ambitions with what I do. You know what I mean? Like I prefer to have a niche fan base and do those sort of things for that. But that's a personal decision. I think it's different for everyone. But yeah, I've never had a Spotify playlist on none of that shit, bro, because I don't make that sort of stuff. But that's because I make what I want to hear. You know what I mean?
Yeah, okay,
And so I think it's a different decision for every artist, though.
How are you balancing then time between focusing on being able to? Okay, let me frame it this question actually because there's a lot of layers to it now. Because you obviously run, you know, your whole organization, which we can probably talk about as well, right? Balancing time between that, not being able to focus on the art as much, finally coming back to the art, and then obviously you want to generate buzz from it. How do you now not just do what is going to, I guess, bring more and more attention, but just focus on your own, you know, what you ultimately still want to do, right? How do you balance your time between those type of things, staying that relevant, but then also now running a whole business on the side and actually bringing up other people's careers and things too?
Yeah, I don't. That's the answer.
No balance.
No, I don't balance it. No. The like $80 and Marsh Street Studios and that takes up 95% of my time. Like my own art gets done after hours, late at night in my room. And I've, you know, I'm in my 30s now and I dropped my first project last year. I've been rapping since I was a kid. But I've been doing this business shit and that's been the grind, the focus, and I've been like everything going into that. But that's why I guess I got the freedom as well, that's my commercial sort of stuff that I do. That's why I have the freedom to let my art be about art and not about commercial exploits, because like the business and the studio is where, you know, that's going to be the money maker. That's what that focus is. Like there's community aspects in that 100% as well, but it's not I'm not dependent on my rap to be a career for me to have a living in the entertainment industry.
For sure.
So it's a unique perspective.
Definitely.
How did the whole $80 thing come about? Because like from
Been around
like,
for time too.
Yeah,
man.
it has been around for time, but it's also it's like, I mean, some of the names of people that you've interviewed, bro, it's actually pretty insane. Like big names.
List them off, man. Talk your talk.
Yeah.
You did your whole like you did like a wrap up in that even like I think it was towards the end of last year too,
nice,
kind of
bro.
thing. Yeah.
Well, some of the big ones for me, like Killer Mike was crazy. Ari Lennox, Brent Fayez, Azira Rashad was a huge one for me. He's one of my favorite rappers. You know what I mean? I've done like over 100 of them or some shit now. It's crazy.
Wow, that's dope, man.
But also never planned it. Like I never, as a kid, when I'm going to interview all these people, it happened. We never planned to have a media company. It just happened. You know what I mean? Like it just evolved from something smaller. But it's cool. It's like afforded me opportunities in this lifetime to connect with people and do shit that I would have dreamed of. Like I was thinking about it the other day. It was like 12-year-old me would look at me now and go, "Well, you don't probably have like the financial success that I thought you would, but damn, you're cooler than I thought you would." You've done a lot more dope shit than I thought. You know what I mean? So that's cool like that.
How did that come about then? Even like saying like it transforms obviously over time, but what would the vision have been from the jump then?
Okay, yeah. So my brother Junior, who some of you might be familiar with, he's a DJ, rapper, and
Like
all that
brother,
sort of stuff.
or?
Yeah, he's my blood brother. Yeah. So we been doing the music shit together since we were kids and that, and it was around the time like the early 2012, 2010s, that sort of early period. And we always rapped, and then we put a little bit of a crew together, and it was Odd Future and ASAP Mob and that were popping off. So we had our own little crew. You know what I mean? We're doing that sort of shit. But the infrastructure in Australian hip hop was not like it is today. You know what I mean? There was none of these big publications and stuff supporting it. Like,
Yeah.
we used to have it coming out as rappers in Australia. Like, if you're a rapper, you had to like hide it because it wasn't hip hop wasn't accepted in Australia really back then.
Coming out. I just realized what you were saying.
It was full like that. Yeah. You talk to any rapper in Australia who rapped before 2016, they'll all tell you the same story.
Yeah.
Before 2016. Yeah, right.
So 2016 is when we founded AU Dollars, and the way it started was so Junior was touring around the country a lot and met a lot of incredible artists just like us that were making hip hop that wasn't, skip hop. It wasn't blonde hair, blue eyed. It came from multicultural backgrounds. Facts. That's what was popping back in the day. And so he came back to Melbourne after touring. He's like, we're gonna do something. We've found all these people just like us that are doing what we're doing, yeah. And then he started playing these DJ sets because he got all the people to just like everyone he linked up with got him to send him music, yeah, because he was a DJ. And so he started spinning these DJ sets in our home studio, basement studio out in the north. And Facebook live stream had been around 1 week. So I'm like, let's give this a go. So I started live streaming his DJ sets, and it's all Australian stuff. And the algorithm picked it up, and it just went like nuts, yeah? And so we were getting like tens of thousands of comments and shares and likes. Like, it was blowing. We did 3 of them, and people in the comments were like, yo, you got to take this bigger, blah, blah. We linked up with the homies at Sin FM, and within 3
Oh, Sin, yeah.
we had a radio show. And then it morphed from a radio show. Then we launched the blog into like a media company, the studios, and it just sort of snowballed from there. But we always had a passion for hip-hop and discussion and that. It was just right place, right time. There was nothing going on in the Australian scene like that at the time. So it just took off real quick.
That's dope.
Yeah, that progression of things is real nice.
Yeah, especially during that time as well. Yeah, because I remember like Facebook Live.
I remember when you guys were quite active on Facebook. I remember more so.
Facebook's where we built our.
Yeah, I remember Facebook when you guys were active on FB. That was because you'd see especially the blog aspect of things. I think was what. I feel like some of the boys back in the days, like Gremlins and that was when
they were doing. Yeah, 100%.
Seeing all of that because I remember
Levy, all the boys,
all of that. Yeah. That I was like, oh man, okay. That whenever I saw that kind of a blog or a post come up, I'm like, oh, hey, our boys are official, bro.
Yeah.
I was like, they got talked about in an article, bro.
And I was like, I see you, boys.
You're gonna get a tick.
But I like that. When things clearly have that a progression of the passion ultimately, you know what I mean? And it just gets to expand more. I think the more you do something, the more doors actually like just open up ultimately as well. So
what's cool, it's like it's obviously we've grown at the same time, like the culture has grown in Australia and now people are starting to get bread off it and recognition and export shit, and that's cool. And what's allowed us to do is not only allowed me to connect with people, but like to help foster and develop
for sure.
a generation of talent. And now like we're running programs and stuff. We're about to launch a new program with like youth offenders and stuff like that, or getting them in the studio and stuff. And it's amazing how we can like utilize a platform and an audience to just like do good in the community. You know what I mean? Because ultimately that's what this shit should be about. Like get your bread up and put it back to your
Put it back in the community.
Sure.
Yeah.
So to be able to be a part of that, whereas for that to exist in hip hop in Australia 10 years ago from our communities was a dream. You know what I mean? So it just feels like a blessing to be around at this time.
Did you feel like it was a risky move because like you wanted to jump into hip hop? Number one, there wasn't really a scene like that, and number two, you didn't really have a clear goal of where you wanted to go with it. Did you feel like you were taking a risk in that aspect?
Yeah, I come from an immigrant family, bro. Telling them I wanted to be a rapper and do music instead of like doctor, lawyer, engineer, like bro, it was a mad risk. But it was what I wanted to do. You know what I mean? It was just like also I spent some time in London. Just before like 2012, I lived over there for a year. Yeah, so when I came back, then like I seen the scene grow over there.
Yeah.
Like look at where UK hip hop is now. You know what I mean? Compared to where it was, like it runs the world now. And I was like, I was there at the time the UK just started popping off globally. Like Dizzy Rascal, Tiny Temper, Professor Green, like these names.
I love Tiny Temper, bro.
Don't tell me you still have that poster, bro.
You listen to I do.
Yeah, a bit. Yeah, Roll Deep, that was my shit. Like this is even before Skeptos, you know what I mean? Like it started popping off. Gets and stuff like that. And I was like, yeah, for real. So I'm like, all right, I know what needs to happen in Australia. Like I can see where, we're 10 years behind these guys, but if we can put in the work now and build the institutions and whatever, whether it's labels or media companies or whatever, we can be part of this sort of come up. And now that's a reality, which is cool. Like it still ain't making bread, don't get me wrong. Like, but if it keeps growing in the next 5 years,
I think it's funny when you say that with like, same thing with like content and all that kind of stuff, like creating podcasts and YouTubers and all that kind of stuff. Like there's a lot of parallels between the UK and Australia. And I guess it must be the fact that most people are from immigrant backgrounds and know their backgrounds, it makes it so different to the American experience. But yeah, because we see that same thing now where it's like the when it comes to like podcasts, all this kind of stuff here, it's like it's really in the baby phase.
Yeah, so early.
Man, even
sure.
before it's still in the womb, bro. You know,
It's in the sack, bro.
but it's like only in the last 3 years.
That's a violation. That's a yellow card.
disgusting.
Right
Yeah,
That's a yellow card. Boy, that's what we wanted to bring in.
That's what I told
Offenses.
you.
Yeah, we need to bring yellow card.
Yeah, yellow and red
Yeah,
card.
that's a yellow card back.
Yellow card.
Might have to do that from next episode.
Yeah, done.
Yeah, but like it was even the UK. It's like what in the last 2-3 years, people really started making money.
Yeah,
off this
exactly.
stuff.
Man.
So it's cool, man. Hopefully we'll get there too.
How far do you think we're behind still?
Right now, yeah, that's a good
Yeah.
question.
Well, in terms of hip hop, I have like a belief that I feel like 2020 in Australia is like 1990 in the US hip hop cycle.
Oh, okay.
So,
So
so
US,
in terms
okay.
of where the Australian, think of what the 90s were to hip hop in the US, how it popularized it into mainstream culture. And I think we're now just entering the phase of hip hop becoming part of mainstream culture in Australia. So I think we're in 93 now. Like Park and Biggie haven't even come yet in Australia. If that makes-
That's
you know,
very interesting perspective. Yeah, I like that. I
that's
see what
how
you say.
that's how far
I
behind
see what you're saying.
I feel we are in Australia adopting hip hop culture compared to.
Go fair, yeah.
Yeah, so I
Biggest
think
is not in the picture yet.
Do you feel like you know or have an idea of
Of who that would
who
be?
could be the? Because I'm trying to think. Who in the '90s had the craziest run? Probably DMX, right?
Yeah, late night. Well, yeah, Park
That's
Biggie, DMX.
DMX, right?
Yeah.
For me, I'd say that's what 3 #1 albums in a year or something like that.
98, 99 was, yeah.
That's mental. Who do you think would be that person in Australia?
Well, clearly look
That's
what,
quick.
clearly,
on.
like, look at what Leroy's done already. I know he's in a pop lane now,
Yeah.
but he's undeniable. Look what
100%.
Sampa the Great has done.
Yes, for sure.
TK Mizer, like there's a
lot
1-4,
of people.
like there's a lot of artists that are starting to do it. Leroy's one of now the 5 biggest artists in the world.
Yes,
And
that's
an indigenous
mind
kid from
blowing.
Redfern, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Talk.
And you heard me say before, the first place they ever played him was $80. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and
Come on,
we didn't
man.
build him, but like we found a kid. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
That's
So
nice,
like that
yeah,
for me is like, in some small tiny way, we part of that story. I'm like, this shit is a reality
sure.
now.
I still remember his No Jumper thing when No Jumper came to Sydney.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, that was like 2018.
Yeah, and I was like, is this kid gonna like do more? Like, is he actually gonna go? He's went the distance, man.
Yeah.
He's
And like
crazy.
undeniably big.
Undeniably, yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
So, but in terms of like who's going to carry who's going to be the DMX? Well, like we're still in '93.
Yeah,
and that
we
didn't
don't know
happen
yet.
till '98.
Yeah.
There's some kids coming through now,
Yeah.
and that's why
Alright.
like the young kids coming through that I see in the submissions and that we're doing development work with. Like Leroy was special; he was one of a kind, yeah. But there's a lot now that get to look at Leroy,
Yeah.
and get that, whereas he
True.
never had that as
Yeah.
a role model.
Yeah.
So the talent's only going to get better.
The talent is crazy now, man.
Wild man.
Carl's got something coming, man.
Well, there's a rap.
Yeah, nah, go for it. Please don't. Please don't. Please do not, man.
Never, bro. Nah.
I think it will be cool to get to a point where like people don't have to go overseas to become major. You know, like our very own here. Like you can stay here and you can actually become your Kid Leroy, or you can become your, you know, whoever the next person is. But yeah, I don't know how long that will take for us to build that type of culture over here where it's like, okay, people look at Australia and be like, oh, they've, you know, like they've got the next big thing and it's there and they can stay there. Instead of, because I see a lot of the times people, and I guess like you can't blame them, you know, where it's like you find talent and then you send them off somewhere else so that they can, you know, get groomed properly and, you know, get to that level and stuff. But yeah, it'll be cool to see that happening here, like in
I
our
think it's
very
just
own.
population that holds us
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
I think
It's a
that's
very small population. Very, very tiny.
Yeah, that's true.
We're a tiny island, really.
Because to be honest, it's not even Australia. You know what I mean? It's legit like Melbourne or Victoria, right? Because
Sydney.
because yeah, Sydney, a bit of Brisbane, and everyone else is like
Chilling.
chilling. Yeah,
Who
So
knows? I don't know. You probably be a lot more well versed in terms of what's going on
in the wider.
nationally.
Yeah. I know there's great stuff being made all around the country
Yeah.
in like remote communities and everything as well. But I
But
think
still, yeah.
just reflected, like, as I said, we're so early in the piece because Australia's only just starting to recognize that hip hop's even made here, or that like there is a scene here. Most mainstream people don't have no idea. So it's like if you think about it, we're an island of like 25 million people.
Yeah, it's small.
So and only a percentage of that are in the youth, like 16 to or 12 to 45 demographic, and those who would be interested in hip hop even smaller again. When you like narrow it down,
Breaking down.
our entire market is smaller than like one city in the US.
Bro, it's less than what Sheeran sold out.
It is. Wait, it actually would be,
It
right?
actually is.
So I actually think statistically we're punching above our weight, right?
Yeah, okay.
And we're still in the early days.
Yeah.
So I just hope, for me, the biggest thing is about long-term investment, and that's like $80. We're in this for the long haul. Like we're 7 years deep in this already, and like we're gonna keep it going. You know what I mean? So I just hope others can do the same, and hopefully the big corporations, when they realize it's a long thing, can invest long-term rather than short-term. Because we'll see the fruits of it for sure.
Yeah,
Already seen it, you know.
Already seen
but
it.
now you're like, I know where this can go.
Yeah.
You know where this can go.
Imagine with another 10 years development.
Oh, yeah.
Who's your least favorite? No,
Don't do that.
We're gonna bleep the whole thing.
Dude's trying to get him sued, bro. Actually, on the topic of suing, I do have a crazy
you
case.
got a case?
Bring it back.
I've been doing a segment called Crazy Cases, where I just bring up something that I look into a lawsuit. Actually, let me just bring this up right now while I talk. Myself and my team of researchers, we do a deep dive and we look into some cases of things that people have been sued for or that they have sued for. And today, the crazy case is titled Noisy Neighbors. So, in March 2021, a family of 3, so 2 adults and a toddler, moved into a 1-bedroom unit. And they were above another family called the Ruprays. That's the name of the family. The Ruprays is the family below. Yeah. And the new family moved above them, right? Within 2 weeks of the new family moving in, a noise complaint was issued, followed by another one in April. Notes were exchanged between the two families. Meetings were held between the building councils and all that kind of stuff as well. And the family downstairs would complain about the family's upstairs dishwasher, saying that they'd use it at night, saying that they'd make noise early in the morning and things like that. The family up at the top started complaining, saying that the family below would bang on the ceiling to try to tell them to be quiet, all this kind of stuff there. They were saying it was scaring their daughter, all of this type of stuff, right? And then eventually, the Rupre family actually filed another complaint in August 2021 saying that the family upstairs violated the 1-bedroom rules that only allowed for 2 adults. So because they had a child, they were like, oh, we got a way to kick them out. So they said, yo, they've got 3 individuals living in a 1-bedroom apartment that breaks your rules, kick them out. And they actually got kicked out for it. The family upstairs tried to pitch and say, yo, the baby doesn't count as an adult. All right? This is a baby.
Okay.
Yeah. But they actually ended up getting kicked out of their house.
Damn.
Because they've violated the code of 2 adults only in the room. So let me give you some of these numbers now that the Rupre family tried to sue the council for.
Do it to the council.
Yeah, sue the building council.
The building council. Yeah, right.
So they tried to sue them $299,000 because
What city was this in?
this is in. Oh man, I forgot what it was. It was in America, man. Far out. I literally wrote it down somewhere. I lost the city. I can get it quick. I've got it. But they sued the building council $299,000. Can you guys guess what do you think some of these figures like? What would be included in that?
$299,000.
Yeah, let's just round up to 300K.
300,000.
300K.
What could you possibly?
So like loss of sleep and shit.
Yeah.
I've got to add
health issues because they can get
Anxiety.
to work or whatever. Yeah,
Earned income.
Yeah, all right.
all that.
How's it going? All right. So they said 100,000. This one got me. 100,000 was because they lost the use of enjoyment. Sorry, the use and the enjoyment of their apartment. Yeah. So like we have this apartment,
but
we haven't been able to enjoy it. And
No.
you guys have heard our complaints and you haven't done anything.
No enjoyment.
So they said $100,000 because of loss of enjoyment.
Okay.
$100,000 for mental distress
Okay.
of the situation.
Makes
Alright,
sense.
fair enough.
10,000 for moving costs because they ended up selling their apartment as well, essentially. Too,
Oh,
yeah.
gosh.
10,000 for moving costs. 65,000 for loss of profit. So they didn't make a profit, I guess, on the sale of their apartment. $16,000 towards repaying their mortgage, and then I think it was 8,000 or something of unspecified fees, or something like that. They lost the sale. Obviously, they lost the case. Right,
Oh.
they got dismissed in trial.
Oh, damn.
But the question I wanted to ask, what would you guys definitely not tolerate from neighbors? So front door, apartments, what would you not tolerate from your neighbors? So this one was noise, like
Disrespect.
Noise is a big one.
what kind of disrespect?
Yes. If it's a neighbor, how would they disrespect you?
You call me sir. No.
Right. But yeah, what would you guys not? Because I feel like, okay, the noise one is peak, but I'm, not that I'm non-confrontational, but I'm just like, you know what? I can be able to fall asleep, I'm sure. Like, what am I doing that's requiring peace and quiet.
Noise
Nah, bro.
is
Especially,
nah.
I reckon apartment, especially,
Yeah.
or if like house but crazy parties all the time, all this kind of stuff, super late on a Thursday.
Kind of on a regular
On a Thursday?
basis. Yeah,
Like-
yeah.
That I will confront. That's
Alright.
a lot. Bro.
So noises are essentially
Yeah,
kind of vibes,
noise
or
would
parties.
But what
Okay.
would you do besides noise?
As in, what else could annoy you, right?
Because
Yeah.
noise is understandable.
Smell.
Smells a good one.
You don't want to be moving like Jeffrey
Smell
Dahmer
for
with the smell next
sure.
door and that.
That's extreme, bro.
So the
Nah,
smell.
like
cuz.
no, yeah. If you guys watch it,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
the neighbors next door, they're like, I can't live here. The smell,
Dogs as well, like barking dogs.
Oh,
Word,
yeah,
yeah.
animals,
bro. That's
yeah.
my neighbor right now. Oh,
Sure.
man, hey, bro.
Oh wait, my friend. That moved.
Yeah, yo. These guys' friends moved in. They moved out now though.
Oh no,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I think it's a dog causing the trouble. But bro, nah, I could not
That's
sleep.
too much.
It was
That's too
bad,
much.
bro. It was bad.
When the dog tells the owner to shut up, bro, instead.
Right.
That's mad.
I don't express my neighbor, but yeah, he was mad, but yeah, that's cool.
I know.
Like,
Right. Okay, but
Y'all
yeah.
never had mad. I've had mad issues. With
That's what I was
neighbours
also
over
gonna
the
ask as well. Have you
Yeah.
guys ever had bad issues with neighbors? Like, what have the encounters ever looked like? Really?
So to be honest, that particular neighbor could have
That
been
was-
a bad neighbor.
Yeah.
However, when they moved in, they sent us a letter with chocolates. Said, "Hey guys, like the full letter say, hey guys, we just moved in next door. We're going to be a neighbor. Accept these chocolates. Oh, by the way, we have a dog. Sometimes barks." I said sometimes, but that's not the point. But they were very nice, right? So then now when the dog's barking, it's almost like I don't want to go.
That
Yeah.
chocolate was
They-
like,
they-
yeah,
Yeah.
chocolate was good.
Like, these guys were very nice. Every time I'm out, like lucky they let me park at the like on the property. You know what I'm saying? Because we got like 3-4 cars. And lucky that's the only place we can park, and like, they allow it. So I can't yell at these guys. Otherwise, besides that,
Do you try to put sleeping pills in the dog's food
Bruh,
and
I'll be
chuck it
going-
over the fence or something?
I'll be
bro?
going off, but other than that, so far it's been all right.
Okay, but you've had a bad what?
Yeah, multiple, bro.
Multiple, bro.
Well, what are
Yeah.
they doing?
I lived in Reservoir for a lot of years. I don't know if you know.
Reservoir.
North.
Yeah. My friend lives there. Every time I go there, I said, "Damn, it's a problem here."
Yeah, yeah, I lived there for a lot of years. So yeah, a lot of crackheads, bro, is number one issue. Obviously.
Yeah, no way.
Yeah, that shit during lockdown, that was not fun. It's a jungle, bro. Cats as well. Like we had a neighbor cat that would come and attack our cat, or would like come in the house and shit.
Come in the house. That's
like-
a confident cat.
Yeah,
That cat pays
Cats are
bills.
confident.
Big
Yeah,
balls,
they are
bro.
confident.
That cat is
and
paying
so
bills, dog.
yeah, so my partner at the time, she pulled up on the neighbor, like just
my.
got in a confrontation. Like,
Yeah. I
Yeah.
feel like I couldn't do it.
Had to happen, bro. Yeah.
Gotta do what you
That
gotta do.
makes sense.
I feel like I could not do it. You guys have had chill neighbors?
Mostly, yeah. I don't know.
Mars?
I don't
I think so, yeah. Mine have been pretty, like just the kids kicking the ball onto the garage and then it just makes a loud noise every now and then.
Yeah.
Other
yeah.
than
That's
that, it's
calm.
kids, you
Oh,
just,
yeah.
you let them be.
I know one. I've had a neighbor before where I wasn't actually present at the house. I heard from the neighborhood when we rocked up. I heard from the neighborhood about this neighbor. They're like, "Yo, just make sure you stay out of this woman's. Just keep clear. Fam. She runs this. She runs the court." That was the pattern that they. It's instead of a
She actually does run the
yeah,
court,
instead
bro.
of like the chocolates and the notes, all the other neighbors came to welcome us and say, "Hey, okay, so listen, yeah, this is how this neighborhood works, dog. Just make sure you stay out of trouble with this lady." This woman, yeah, serious business,
Serious, bro.
Self-appointed neighborhood watcher.
bro. Self-appointed, man. Like,
Everyone's looking at her.
Is.
bro, she is neighborhood watch. She put herself on the title, bro. Like, Donnie got in trouble for parking his vehicle. Like, he parked his vehicle where he's allowed to. Like, it's a big truck or whatever.
Yeah.
But she wasn't on that. She said, "No, I don't like this car being in this court." Went to the council, all of that.
I
Saying,
hate
"Yo,
that stuff.
tell this man sort this out." My guy now has to reverse park a massive truck into his driveway instead of just posted up on the side, fam. Because she said, "Nah, this is not happening, bro." There's a bunch of all these other things. Even when we got there, there was like a demarcation on the ground for like, this is where you can park your car up to kind of vibes. I said, "Yo, what's going on here, bro?"
She was out spraying it, was she?
Yeah, no, like proper, like, yo, and the paint doesn't wash away. Like, this stays.
So this is serious.
Yeah, they just re-upped it just
She's done this before. Another
in
court.
the previous courts. Bro, like, yo, this is where you can park up to because it gets in the way of other people. I say, yeah, this is a
Other
lot.
people are you, damn.
It's a lot going on, man.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
People like that. You have too much time on your hands.
That's what for
Like,
real.
way
Bro,
too
she got a
much
whole
time on your
family,
hands.
bro. Like, You know what I mean?
But I was thinking, I was like, when I get my own spot, like, obviously I want to be a good neighbor, it'll be fun. But I was like, do I want to be the spicy neighbor instead? Like, just to stir things up in just a little bit, man.
Hey, mate, your wife actually came pretty late last night.
I'm coming to you as a man.
My house.
He said, coming to you as a man.
Snuck through the window.
Just want to let you know, mate, your cat actually took a massive fat duke on the neighbor's porch, mate. You might want to watch yourself. All that kind of spice.
You didn't hear from me, though.
You didn't hear it from me. Bro.
You know when you do this when you take it out the beard. You didn't hear from me.
Anyways, have a good day. Yeah? Have the kids. But yeah, I was like, don't want to. Just a little song.
Yeah.
Desperate Housewives kind of vibes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But for now, we'll probably just live along the good neighbor kind of path over it. But yeah,
It's easy to be a good neighbor. It honestly is.
It is.
that's what I wonder
Just be
sometimes. Why do
respectful,
people
be
get on
mindful.
people's nerves? But like, it is easy to just.
You stick to yourself.
Like noise is pretty straightforward. Pets, you know what I mean? You know, it's annoying, so I never understand it, but it is what it is.
Some Hazine, man. Anyways, yo, before we discuss about a pass,
You
Do we have a dilemma?
You need to say Big Matthew Craig.
Come on, get it in,
Oh, we have a dilemma, yeah.
do have a dilemma.
Because I don't have a wake up call this
I
week.
was gonna say,
so we'll use a dilemma instead.
All right, while we've got the big Matthew Craig here, you can help us out with this dilemma. So everyone, make sure you keep on sending these through. The link will be in the description, as well as just on Instagram bios and all that kind of stuff there. Alrighty, what would you guys? All right, damn, don't want to do this one. All right, we'll do this one.
Spicy one.
It's not necessarily spicy. All right, would you snitch on a friend if they commit murder by accident?
Damn.
Oh man,
Accident.
That's a cool one.
Also, someone said Noah's head is so shiny, I want to lick it. We love short kings.
Is this anonymous?
Yeah, it's anonymous. He said, damn it.
It's from Cars, isn't it?
I don't even know how to send messages.
But would you snitch on a friend if they commit murder by accident?
I didn't see it.
Damn, that's crazy.
Well, hold on. Like, now we have to put a bit of perspective into it. So how clear I was there.
Or they
I
told
clearly
you.
were there.
Or they told you. Or they told you
mean-
what happened and came. Yeah.
Oh, man, that's... Like, snitch sounds like I'm going to the cops to be like, oh, hey, this is what happened.
Just wanted to
Without
let you
telling
guys
them,
know.
yeah.
Vilaki, for me, doesn't really make sense.
It's not my business.
I guess they've said snitch, but let's say you've been approached.
Bye.
By the police.
Oh, man, that's tough, bro. Because if they find out that you, bro, I'm going to be out there with my friend, bro.
Like, we're talking... Okay, I'll set a scene then.
Have you guys seen How to Get Away with Murder?
Mhm.
Like basically the first murder where it's like someone is chasing someone upstairs and then they, get off me and then pushed and then they fell down, hit their head. Yeah, clearly accident. First time teenagers are like, what do we do? Right? Now, yeah. Is that what you're kind of going with?
Nah, that's a bit mad.
That's proper accident.
No, because like that one feels like you're definitely covering up a crime, yeah. Because you it all happened. I'm saying like you were out and about on one night, going to maybe a scuffle,
Okay.
like maybe get off me kind of vibes, yeah, or
Alright.
something, or punch whatever, and you got away, or something, whatever it might have been. Maybe someone hit the head, but they got back up, kind of vibes, yeah. OG. And then you've gone and done your own thing, had your night, waking up the next morning, you find it on news report that they actually suffered some kind of a head trauma from that punch or that push, and now that person has actually passed away. And you guys know that was your friend that did that.
Oh, surely you walked with them to the police station and you say, hey, you
This
have
was
to
him.
come clean. Like, you have to. I will force you to walk down to the station. We'll go down together.
Friend.
Yeah, I mean,
or honest friend, rather. I'd
because
say.
if it was an accident, I mean, I know the system might not see it that way. Because that's the only tricky part. Because I see it that way because you're my friend and I know you're not capable of doing something like that on purpose. But
if they said no, so that means now you're either snitch or you don't.
I didn't hear anything.
Bro, Ma was saying is a good person. Source, trust me, bro. Cause this, yeah.
Literally.
I don't know. Nah? I don't know what I do.
No comment.
Said no comment, bro. Yeah, it's an interesting situation down.
Yeah, I mean the accident part just is a bit crazy.
I think ultimately, bro, yeah, she said go to the law.
Yep.
And let justice run its course.
Wait, is this person submitting this as a dilemma because this is what they're going through?
I have,
I
bro.
really hope
That's what I'm
not.
wondering. I said, who sent this in?
Really hope.
It's a dilemma into the chat box here. Well, like for real, yeah. I think it's let justice run its course in that situation there and hope for the best, especially when you say accident.
Yep.
That's what that person said.
Looks like the laptop's about to die, so we should.
I'll say swear that actually is, man. I want to hear, man. Is there anything interesting to come up? Obviously, you got past the ladder. That's pretty much there. That was the project that
so
dropped, right?
past the ladder volume 1 dropped late last year. Volume 2 and 3 coming this year.
2 and 3 this year.
Yeah, I would be dropping both of them this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of music. Keep checking out $80. Like always, more interviews and all that sort of stuff. But thank you for having me on, y'all.
That was a good vibe, man.
It was fun having you, bro.
In the
About
making for a minute.
Yeah, for
Yeah, it
real.
was a
Nah,
fun
good
episode,
laughs.
for
It was a
real.
good way to kick off the week, for real.
That's the way, man.
Appreciate
Nah.
y'all.
Appreciate you coming.
Keep doing what you're doing as well, man. This was 184.
Yeah, it's 184.
Yeah, power strong in 200. That's unreal. Like, keep doing your thing, yo. It's all love, and I'm grateful to come have a chat finally.
There you go. Thank you.
Hey, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you follow Matthew as well on the socials right here. We'll catch you guys next week for another episode. It's been Noor, Daniel, Marwa,
And Matthew Craig.
Carlos.
And Matthew Craig. I got too excited.
Yeah, you really did.
All right, man.
Yeah, man.
Lovely.
Yeah, that was fun.